Garden.
Second most famous.
It's the Cavs and Knicks for a spot in the NBA Finals. Game 1 from the Garden an hour from now. Welcome to NBA Tip-Off presented by AT&T. We're in Studio J here in Atlanta. It's the Inside the NBA crew, along with Chuck and Kenny and Shaq, Ernie Johnson. So what's the most famous?
Well, there's three that's up for debate. Boston's arena and, of course, my LA arena. So
stop it.
But it's Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden.
The world's most famous arena.
I'm actually with Shaq. You just can't say y'all the number one arena in the world.
Okay, give me the arena.
Boston Garden.
TD Garden?
The TD Garden.
No, not that. The old one.
It's not even existing.
And the Forum.
The Forum? This doesn't exist.
Those were great arenas.
But it transferred to the Staples Center.
Has Muhammad Ali ever fought there?
It's a great arena.
He fought Joe Frazier here. What are you talking about?
It's a great arena.
And we were there last year for the conference finals.
It's exciting when
there
the
was
Knicks are
such a
doing
buzz
well.
in that place. Man alive. Can't wait for this thing to start. The Cavs have gone the distance in their first two series, besting Toronto and the top seed Detroit in 7. The Knicks, meantime, have won 7 in a row, coming off a sweep of the Sixers, and have had 8 nights off. And if you're curious, and I know you are, teams coming off a sweep are 19-4 in series against teams coming off a 7-game series. Ooh. Let's hear from both teams heading into Game 1.
Would rather not have a 9-day break. You're in a good rhythm, and then obviously you got to kind of just sit there and wait and those kind of things. So, I don't know. Ideally, if it was a 3 or 4 day break, that would be nice, but there's good points and bad points.
I think experience always is able to teach you a lot of lessons. I think this time around, we know what we have to do. It's obviously not going to be easy at all, but I think being able to close games and close quarters are going to be really important for us. We just got to be prepared and got to understand what we have to do the entire game for 48 minutes. Win or lose, have short-term memory.
I had dinner with Dan Gilbert. He goes, you know who the key to this whole thing is? You know, it's thinking hard, and Mitch, he goes, the key to this whole thing, the spark of this is Jared Allen. I said, really? You know, sometimes you have, people who observe from afar, plus Dan knows the team well and knows these guys. Sometimes you have to be reminded. That was great by Dan. He hit it on the head. He was prophetic.
The fact that you guys got through this Game 7, you've reached the conference finals, is that proof that this group works?
I've felt this way since we got here, right? We can't really look at it and say, all right, we did it. We got to the conference finals. That's not the end all. Even when you guys have asked me all season, to Jay's credit, like, do we believe? Yeah. We're always going to have bumps in the road, but it's how we stick together. We'll go to war with each other any day of the week.
Modelo, fight for victory, and you see the Cavs at 8-6 going the distance in those two series. New York, after falling behind Atlanta 2-1 in the first round, have won everything since then, and are 8-2 in the post. Look at that point differential, better than 19, and again 7 straight wins. In your mind, Kenny, what does this series hinge on?
There's a plethora of talent on both sides. I don't think there is a clear-cut advantage because one of the things that both teams, when they struggle, they've been able to be defended. And so Jalen Brunson won't have an issue going against either Donovan Mitchell or James Harden because of size. So, but on the other end, those two won't have an issue going against him because of size. So they can all get what they want. And OG Anunoby is probably, to me, for the Knicks, is the missing piece. If Charles is saying Jared Allen, I know that's where he's going to go. Yeah. That's where the owner, Dan Gilbert, went. I'm going to go with, on the Knicks side, OG Anunoby, what he does and how he impacts the game.
We'll get everybody's thoughts on this in just a second. We are joined, however, by a special guest here as we tip things off. Max Strus.
Don't look him in the eyes, y'all.
Joining us from the Garden in New York. Hey, Max, look, man.
What's up, Charles? How we doing, man? You good?
I'm doing great, man. Hey, Max.
You sound like an eighth-grade girl.
Hey, Max, wait just a second.
Okay.
Sound like an eighth-grade girl. Hey, Max.
Max, we're gonna get this out of the way before we go any further. Then we're gonna talk hoops. So, did you hear what the Chuckster said? Were you told what the Chuckster said? Would you like to hear it again? Yeah. So
no. We're good. We can leave it at that. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, Chuck. Why don't you just for the
Max.
folks at home who may not have seen it.
I just said that's a good-looking man right there. You got to give him his flowers. Hey, Max, I'm gonna be serious on basketball.
It's only weird. It's only weird if they make it weird, Charles. But you're good, man.
Thank you,
I appreciate the
Thank you.
compliment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Max,
no, it's weird. It's weird.
Max,
all
first
over.
of all, number one, you've been a knockdown shooter for a long time. But I got to give you some flowers on your defense in the last series. Have you made a conscious effort defensively to get better? Because obviously we know you're a great shooter, but your defense was spectacular, moving your feet and everything.
You surprised by that?
Yes, I'm surprised by that.
No, it's all good. No, I mean defense keeps you on the floor. That's what I want to do. I want to play. I want to be in the most crucial moments. So I got to be able to guard. You got to be able to defend in this league, and I've been making that a point of emphasis since I've been in the NBA. So I'm glad I could do it. I'm just stepping up in any way possible to help our team win and try to make an impact.
Max, you guys in the last 2 games have been so Jekyll and Hyde. I mean, you have a chance to close things out at home and you lose to the Pistons by, 21, and then you go to Detroit and you win Game 7 by 31. How do you make sure Jekyll shows up tonight?
It's an everyday battle. We just got to show up, play our game. We know what we do. We know what works. We know what the recipe is, so we just got to come out and do it. It's really that simple. Play with force, play with energy and effort, and when we do those things, we're usually pretty good. So just got to find a way to do it every single night and piggyback off of James and Don and our 2 bigs, and then go from there and just find a way to win each and every night.
In the last series with the pressure being on James and Donovan, who was the voice in the locker room and what was said to get you guys to come out and win by 31 points?
We got a lot of voices. We got a lot of guys that have been here, have won, have been in the playoffs. We got Dennis Schroeder at the line. He's been here in the NBA for 13 years. James has been here for a while now. So there's a lot of guys that are stepping up, being vocal, sharing their experiences, and just trying to chip in and give whatever we can to get an advantage. And everybody in the locker room has been vocal. Everybody has been stepping up, and we'll just keep relying on each other and what we have in this locker room.
Well, Max, I'm just so happy that your 8th grade crush had an opportunity to have his bromance with you at this time. But overall, when you walk into a game, and sometimes your FGAs are over double digits and sometimes they're singular, how can you tell early what your role is going to be by what the defense is doing? What are they doing to make your role increase?
That's part of being a role player. That's the life I live. I don't know what each game is going to bring. I just try to impact it in any way I see fit. Whenever I get on the floor, whether I'm starting or coming off the bench, just try to get a feel of it, whether it's going to be my night getting shots or it's not going to be my night getting shots. And whether it is or isn't, it's where else can I make an impact? What else can I do to help our team win? And that's either rebounding, defending, making other plays for other players, screening, getting guys open. Being a role player is being adaptable, and I think I've made a career out of being adaptable and finding a way to help teams win and being a impactful player in any way possible, whether that's shooting, any aspect of the game. Just try to find whatever we need that night.
Well, you've impacted our show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Max, really, really good of you to spend some time with us, and we appreciate it very much. Barkley when he sees Tom Brady versus Max Strus. Okay. We've ridden this horse just about long enough.
Yes, we have.
So, Max, again, thanks for your time. Have a great game tonight, Game 1 at the Garden.
All right. Appreciate it, fellas.
Appreciate you.
Oh, my goodness.
There you go.
What, you need a towel for that? No, Jason Kidd just got fired. Oh. Wow. Well, here you go.
Man, that's a shocker there.
Yes, it is. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Just came on my phone.
Yeah.
How do we know it's real?
Just from the Bleacher Report.
Hey, Shams. Hey, Shams.
It's not Shams.
Good stuff.
Hey. No, man, that's a shocker right there.
Yeah, it is. Back to this game. We talked about what he thinks the series hinges on. When you go big men in this series, when you go Allen and Mobley, you go Cat, Mitchell Robinson. Is that where this series is decided, Shaq?
I think the success of the Knicks, of course, you talk about Brunson and Anunoby, but to me, it's always been Cat He's played, the first series he played okay. They got spanked around a little bit. They woke back up. The last series he's played phenomenally, whether it's passing, whether it's shooting, he's playing really, really good basketball. I expect him to be aggressive. They had 8-9 days off. If I'm the Knicks, I'm coming out with a lot of energy. A lot of people say sometimes when you have that many days off, there's a little rust. Doesn't matter if you come out with the energy. I don't want to hear no excuses of getting tired. My man, Victor Wembanyama played 45 minutes last night. The whole team should be able to go 48 minutes. You have 8 days off, but he has to play well. I look for him to dominate. I like the Knicks in this series.
To me, it always comes down to Jared Allen and Mobley. I think the difference, to me, the difference in those two guys, Mobley can be overpowered. I've seen him get overpowered a couple times in the playoffs. Jared Allen is not going to get overpowered. He is. It's frustrating watching him play at times because he's been so huge in both Game 7s, but he's like a modern day player. There's no way this dude should be averaging 13 and 7. That's not even. He should be an 18, 19, 9, 10, 11 guy easily because he's one of the most talented big men we have in the NBA. In that Game 7 when he had like 26 and 7.
He had 23, which was a career playoff high.
And he should get 20 most of the time. But Mobley, I like Mobley, but to me he can get overpowered because he got a skinny frame. I love Jared Allen, and I love what Dan Gilbert says. When I'm watching the Cavs, I'm like, man, Jared Allen is the guy who to me, the thermometer of that team.
I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but when someone does something consistently, that's who they are. He is a guy who, to me, is a 15-point scorer. I don't know where the other. Because he doesn't stretch the floor with the three, he doesn't shoot the mid-range. I don't know if he can score enough baskets. But he can. He does affect the game on the defensive end, and he does affect it on the rebounding end as well. So I know you're a rebounder, and you look at that as well. But I think Jared is a 15-point scorer.
But when he plays, when he gets 20, I think we saw that when he gets a double-double, he should be more than a double-double guy.
Yeah, but the difference is they have to get him 20 because he's not a go-to guy. They're not calling players.
But
they got to get him going.
That's what I think the difference in his team is. When you add, if Donovan passes it to him and James passes it to him, he won't be what I call a floater. When you don't get him involved, he floats around. You got to make a conscious effort to get him involved if you're the Cavs.
More on this game as we go here on NBA Tip-Off, and as Chuck just alerted us as we were finishing the Max Strus.
Oh, he beat you, Shams.
Now you see how it feels, Shams. You see how it feels, Shams.
I don't think that Shams was beaten on this story, but
he came it too late.
We showed him after on the same network.
That's exactly right.
Break the story.
Thank you, take that, Shams.
Charles.
How about that classic Game 1? We'll look at that.
That was real. Ooh, that was big boy basketball.
And in Game 1 of the Western Conference Final, SGA gets his MVP. Hardware, Wemby, certainly in the running, finished third, but 10-point lead in the fourth quarter for San Antonio. Here comes a 13-4 run by OKC.
Hey,
and
our son was on fire!
My son hits another three, and they're up 95-94.
Get off me, little man. Get off me, little man.
I love the fact that he's not just standing out there shooting threes like he started his career, man.
SGA ties it at 101, and then Chet Holmgren comes up with a huge block on Wemby, and we are going to go to overtime.
Oh my goodness.
Look at
1, 2, 3.
Castle is a grown man, y'all.
Indeed. If he didn't turn the ball over with
11 times,
it would have been. Oh my goodness.
He's a grown man too.
Jeez. So it's 108-105, and then Wemby with no hesitation. Only shot 2 threes on the night. Hit that one. We're tied at 108.
That was the game winner, in my opinion.
Even though they needed another session of overtime. First double overtime game in the playoffs in the last 5 years.
This kid right here is magnificent, Dylan Harper.
Oh, he was tremendous with no De'Aaron Fox, and Dylan Harper gets the start. You got a 1-point game again.
That was big time.
Well, the big time, they got a little munchkin on him.
Yeah, that was big time.
Don't keep having no munchkin on that kid.
No doubt.
Look at that night for Wemby. 41, 24 rebounds, and 3 blocks.
Okay, Shaq, how y'all lose the game?
In OT.
AI.
Oh, that was game 1?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. There you go.
Oh, that's when AI stepped over Tyronn Lue?
Yeah, that was at game 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I don't know. What were your words to describe what you saw last night?
I mean, Wemby played spectacular. I'm happy for him. Like, you know, he only shot 2 threes. He took advantage of the mismatch. I was surprised that they tried to put your son on him that time. But listen, he played with a lot of heart. He played with a lot of effort. You know, they tried to be physical against him, but it didn't matter. They knocked him down a few times. He kept his poise. I liked the way he played. French clap. His American name is Tim Robinson. He played like Tim Duncan and David Robinson mixed together. I'm happy for the kid. That's your American name, Tim Robinson.
I like that one. Tim Robinson.
Yeah, Tim Robinson came to play last night.
Yeah, and I don't know if, you know, I know the question possibly was asked. It was just the story that I always talked about, Dream. Sitting there while David Robinson got the MVP, and I sat next to Dream, and I'm like, man, you're not upset? And he's like, no, he deserves it. Then when he had like 40 and 20, he comes back and he says, I'm going to his house to get my trophy. And so, and then I think the question was asked on Wemby, how did he
hear that
feel?
accent again?
I'm going to his house to get my trophy. So Dream was so honorable. He does not like to talk trash in that way, but Wemby had it something personal. But, you know, we talk about his defensive prowess, and they talk about his block shots and his alters, but it's more than that. It's his makes you change your thought process, because these guys have been bullies, so they might not understand this. It's like if you're going through the bully the hallway and the bully's going to slap you in your head every time. Every now and then you just feel like, do I want to deal with that today? Do I want to? And I don't know. I just got to go around this today. And that's what he makes you think. When you come inside, he changes your thought process to say, I'm not going in there today, because that's why SGA was off, because he can't attack with the same ferocity. Will he figure it out? He's the MVP of the league. He's going to figure out how to attack with ferocity. But if you just look at where Wemby is, forget all of these circles and everything else. Wemby's in the middle. So now I have to think differently. He's coming off the screen. Wemby is here. I can't attack. And it's a different thought process when Mutombo was there, when Mark Eaton was there, and now with Wembanyama there. When he's standing in the paint, you cannot go with this. Here he is. You cannot go with this. You got to do a step back. Now it gets blocked. Can't go with the same ferocity with that.
SGA, 24 points and 12 assists, took 23 shots, Chuck.
I thought that you can't play Hartenstein against Wemby. You got to play Holmgren and Jalen Williams, because he's going to sit back there and play safety. I've said that the whole time. You got to go not as small as they're going, but you got to go somewhat smaller to make Wemby clear him out. But I don't think you can overreact. Wemby was fantastic. But OKC, if he don't hit that 3, they win the game. So you can't overreact. As great as he played, it went to double overtime, and OKC did not play great. Mm-hmm. This notion, I saw a bunch of people on TV today like, oh, it's a Spurs era. I'm like, it's one game, fool. They had to win. This guy played like Shaquille O'Neal, and they won in double overtime. Like I say, if he missed that 3,
yeah, it's a different story.
It's a different story. But he did make it. But this notion that like, yo, man, OKC was right there in double overtime, and he played spectacular.
Well, De'Aaron Fox did not play for San Antonio. Mitch Johnson says he doesn't know if Fox will be available for Game 2.
Oh, that's the MJ
night.
thing right there. That's the MJ chair from the last day.
And I took it personally. Yeah. Alex Caruso, by the way, 31 points. That was a postseason career high. The previous had been 20. And his high in this postseason was 14. He goes for 31, knocks down 8 threes.
Ship off the...
Shaquille, I hate Charles Barkley O'Neal.
What possessed you, Shaq?
First of all, America, whoever put that video together did a great AI job. I would never do Charles Barkley like that.
Yeah, right.
That was AI.
Hey, listen, man. I'm so proud you got your GED. You make your family proud. I mean, your family thought, man, that's a great accomplishment.
Yes, it
Thank you,
is.
sir.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
How many is this?
5.
5 degrees?
Yes.
What is your favorite passion degree that you have out of the 5? And can you name the 5 as well, just so we know?
Okay, so bachelor's, 2 masters, a doctorate, and a street degree.
Oh
my God.
So what is your favorite non-official street degree? Official other than street degree?
My favorite one is a master's of business.
Really? Okay. And you got that from LSU as well?
No, I got that from University of Phoenix.
Oh, University of Phoenix. Oh, yeah.
And you're not done yet, right? You're not done yet?
I think I'm going to get one more.
For what? Well, you got time. I mean, you still about $300 million short of being a billionaire.
Yeah, okay.
You keep calling yourself a billionaire. I looked at the numbers.
I'm about to be hired as a professor at LSU.
Are you
Really?
Yeah, and then
What class are you going to teach?
a class on mentorship.
Oh,
that's
I know you're big into that. That's
Yeah.
cool. So that was on Saturday in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, but that wasn't me, Charles. That was
Hey, man, listen. Hey, I can take it. I'm proud of you for getting a degree, brother.
Thank you.
And on Sunday, the MVP was announced.
yes.
Shaq, when you saw the MVP results with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander first and the Joker second and Wemby third, what'd you think?
Can't be mad at it. You know, I would have liked to see Wemby win it, but listen, Shai's a great player. The team was number 1 all year, so based on your criteria and my criteria, he definitely deserved it. Congratulations to him, his organization, and his family. He's a great kid. He plays the game the right way. Played for a great organization. I'm happy for him. But, you know, they showed him receiving the trophy, and they showed Victor walking around. I'm sure Victor was upset, and he should be upset, and he played like he was upset.
I was, number one, I thought you could have voted for 4 guys. I put Jaylen Brown in there. I would have been any one of those guys. It should in that particular order. I was surprised at how easily he won it. And I thought Victor would come in second. Ernie, I know you have a vote, but like I say, I have no problem. All 3 or 4 guys could have won it. But man, I was surprised it was such a landslide. That was my only whoa.
Well, I think down the stretch with when Shai came back and Victor was hurt, when the voting actually was kind of being talked about, maybe that might have pushed it a little bit. But the one thing that Victor has said that probably should resonate even more, offense is only 50% of the game. And he is the only guy who affects the game on both ends, that magnitude, where they're equal. His scoring and rebounding, his scoring and everything else prowess is as equal as his defensive prowess. So yes, if you voted that way, he is the best player in basketball in terms of on both sides of the floor.
He goes back to back as the MVP.
But Shai was the MVP for sure.
Yeah, when we come back, you're going to hear from Scoop D'Agostino. Always love hearing from Scoop. You never know exactly what's on Scoop's mind, but I think you're going to enjoy this one.
Opalaka Scoop.
Karl Anthony Towns, man, the assist numbers way up. And
he better score this series and not worry about no assists. He got to score.
Oh, he will.
What about both?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Ride till we die.
looks like a beautiful evening there in New York City. That place will be up for grabs.
Detroit basketball! Let them know! Let them know! Yes, sir.
It's time. Game 7.
Whatever it takes, you need to do that tonight.
And the Cavaliers control the tip. We're underway in Game 7. Mitchell, the handles. What a maneuver. Gets it inside. And Jared Allen rocks the rim. 2 seconds. 1 second. Mitchell banks it in. A spider bite at the end of the quarter.
Great start. Great start. Great job just hitting the first open man. Keep making good decisions in the paint.
Mitchell drives. Gets it to Mobley. Ow!
Donovan Mitchell just distributing all over the place.
Cavaliers are trying to make their first trip to the conference finals without LeBron on the roster. Mitchell wants to dance with Reed. Donovan Mitchell, chef's kiss.
This is as well as I've ever seen him play.
And this topsy-turvy series belongs to Cleveland. A blowout Game 7 win in Detroit to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Nothing better than win a Game 7 on the road. I mean, look at all these fans we got. Insane. Let's go!
Donovan, I was going to do this whether we won or whether we lost. We turn to you. Not just your on-court, but your leadership. We never celebrate you in these things. You don't want that. You don't want the praise. But tonight, you deserve the praise.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
But like, we didn't just come here just to do this. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, till tomorrow, till we land, enjoy it, and then we go from there, all right?
What do you got, Don?
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3. Family. For me, it's been 9 years of not getting to this point, but we finally got here. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna enjoy it for about 12 hours, and then we gotta move on and get ready for a talented Knicks team.
And we welcome you back. The Cavs on the road this postseason. Remember, they were 0-5, and now they've won their last 2 on the road against the Pistons, and they open up this series at the Garden in New York. This date in NBA history, May 19th. Honestly, nothing extraordinary in terms of these guys' careers. In 1994, Chuck's Suns beat Kenny's Rockets in Game 6 of the Western Conference semis, but the Rockets won the series.
Oh, thank you. Add that.
On May 19th, 1996, Shaq had 27 in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals in Chicago. The Magic lost by 38.
Hey,
38? You lost the game by 38 points.
In May?
I wasn't guarding Black Jesus.
But you know what else
Come on,
happened?
Nick Anderson.
You know what else happened on May 19th, just 2 years ago? Scoop D'Agostino remembers.
Is that the fight day?
Mr. and Mrs. North and South America and all the ships at sea, let's go to press. May 19, 2024. On Shaq's favorite fight night on the calendar, the Minnesota Timberwolves had just ousted the defending champion Denver Nuggets in Game 7 of the West semis, coming back from a 20-point second-half deficit. Now, Anthony Edwards had not had himself a particularly Ant-Man-like effort, going 6 for 24 from the floor. But nevertheless, Edwards was not one to sulk, applauding the efforts of his teammates as Minnesota had reached the conference finals for the first time in 20 years. As Ant chatted up the inside guys post-game, the Chuckster's mind was fixated on, what else? Food. In his caloric quest to find the most bountiful feast in the Twin Cities, Charles needed some restaurant recommendations. And what better time to ask than on national television? What followed could only be categorized as an anthem for Ant's on-court mindset and the Chuckster's, well, philosophy on life.
I have not been to Minnesota in probably 20 years.
Bring your ass. Chuck did indeed bring his posterior to Minnesota, and give him credit because, let's face it, there was a lot more of it to bring back in those days. I'll save you the trouble, Charles. Shout out to Row.co, turning Chuckster into a bowl of deliciousness since 2025. Unfortunately, the presence of Chuck's derriere wasn't enough to help Minnesota in the conference finals, as Dallas eliminated Edwards and the Wolves. But not before the Ant-Man delivered an all-timer of a one-liner. As always, we're giving you the scoops on hoops right here on Great Moments in Playoff History.
Who can forget? Who can forget Anthony Edwards?
Bring your ass.
Yes. That was a rallying cry as those playoffs continue.
May 19th.
Shaq versus the world.
That's
Why
right.
is May 19th always the date that you say is what's going to happen?
I have no idea.
But you're very consistent on something.
Mike Lee!
Ali B, what's up?
Oh, yeah.
Al Palagonia.
They're going to be out in force tonight.
They are. Timothy Chalamet's going to be there. Ben Stiller. God, man, they just. Man, I don't know.
Thanks, Ernie. Deuce, you guys absolutely dominated the 76ers. What did you learn in that series that you guys can take into this one?
Man, all glory to God, but mainly we know what type of team we are. We know if we come out disciplined, we come out just loving the game, enjoying each other, playing the right way, we can do great things.
You were incredible in Game 4. What have you liked about that kind of rhythm and flow that you found individually?
Yeah, I mean, my teammates did a great job of finding me. Coaches did a great job of putting me in the right position. Just got to keep that rolling.
How would you describe the chemistry that this New York Knicks team has found throughout what can be a long season?
I mean, it's been great all year. It mainly starts off the court. We love each other. We're great guys in the locker room, and it just carries over.
You have the real potential to kind of be the X factor in this series. What do you want to see from yourself?
Man, just go out there and compete. Honestly, that's it.
Yeah. Best of luck, Deuce.
Thank you.
Ernie, back to you.
Deuce McBride had 7 threes and a 25-point game starting in place of OG Anunoby. As you look at the Jalen Brunson numbers here, and he's central to what the Knicks want to do. But getting OG back tonight, Shaq, means what?
He's well rested. He played excellent in both series. It can guy that it reminds me a little bit of a Cedric Ceballos. You can't take your eye off him. You're not going to really call plays for him, but if he gets in the open break, he can score. He can hit the open jumper. He can defend. He can rebound. I think he's 100% healthy. If they come out with that energy, again, I like the Knicks in this series.
You test him defensively and see how he's moving after the hammy?
I don't think you have to test him. I think the size advantage that Mobley has over him is going to be huge. Like in Mobley, whether you take him inside or outside, he's going to have a huge size advantage. I mean, you put Allen and Cat is going to be a terrific matchup. But to me, Mobley is the X factor, is one of the X factors in this series because they don't have anybody who can match up with him. His size, his athletic ability, he's got offensive rebound and things like that right there. He's gonna have a real. OG's a really good player, but he's a little guy in my opinion, and I think Mobley's size is going to be a problem.
Well, OG is the piece of facilitation, meaning if I penetrate and I pitch, he's able to knock down 3. If I pitch ahead, he's able to finish on the break and dunk it. If I throw it inside here, he's able to overpower. The one defensively, he has been, there he is on steals, he has been the guy defensively that also has taken the biggest challenge. So if he's healthy, this challenge, as much as it is Mobley has an advantage, he also has an advantage because he is physically overpowers the guys that's guarding him. So if there's one caveat that Mobley is lacking, if there's any, it would be physicality at times. And so that's what he possesses.
When you look at the Knicks and what they've been able to do so far in the postseason, second in scoring, first in field goal percentage, first in 3 percentage, first in points allowed, first in threes defended, first in points in the paint, first in second chance points. How, if you're Cleveland, are you going to slow down this team that is a machine right now?
Well, one, it's going to be difficult, especially if they're shooting, the 3-ball well. But, for Cleveland, you just have to also make them play defense. James has to play great. Donovan has to play great. But you're not going to really slow this team down. But I think you can outscore them in time. So I'm looking for Donovan and James to have a great series. Not a good series, not a pretty good series, a great series.
Going to have to cut down on the turnovers, too, if you're Cleveland. Number 15 out of 16 teams.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my pick of Cleveland to win the series.
Bet it.
It's too late. I'm not going to change my mind. I think Cleveland I think they have the most upside of any team in the Eastern Conference. And I think my Twin Towers, I never know what team's going to show up, but if they play 4 good games, they should win it.
Donovan Mitchell, you saw him, number 7 all-time in postseason scoring average. Game 1 tonight. Give you to NBA Courtside, presented by Michelob Ultra. You know what I think it's time to do?
What's that, Ernest?
I think it's time that we take a look at those predictions we made at the start of the playoffs about who would be in the conference finals, and if anybody still has a chance to be
I already
correct.
know I'm winning.
I doubt it.
Chuckster, you had the Cavs and the Celtics. You had the Cavs winning, and so that's still an option.
Yes, sir.
Still an option. And you had Denver in the West. You still have OKC there, but Denver. All right.
Wait,
Shaq,
why you scratch out OKC?
Because you had Denver winning.
Okay.
Shaq, Detroit, and New York. Okay, no Detroit in there, but New York still could. And you had San Antonio, OKC in the Western Conference Final. Well done.
Like I
well
said,
done.
I'm always right.
Kenny had the Pistons and the Knicks, and surprisingly, Detroit advancing over his hometown team. So that's out, and you have OKC and San Antonio, as Shaq did, and you've got San Antonio. So that's still in play. And then I had the Cavs and Celtics, with the Celtics advancing, so that's out, and Denver. Okay, so
bye, Ernie.
There you go. That was very disappointing. Congratulations. No, Shaq, you win.
You hear that music?
Yeah.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Money on my mind at the
What's happening in Game 1 tonight, Jeff?
Again, two teams are even coin flip game.
Oh, my God.
But I'm going to go with the Knicks by 5.
A long rest and a team that just came off a best of 7.
I think Cleveland's going to win tonight. I got the Cavs in 6 in this series.
Why do you think they win tonight?
Because I think they're in rhythm, and I think it's going to, like I always think, I don't think teams rest. I don't think that's a thing, but I think it takes a while for you to get your energy back, your competitive energy back. And I think
that's a little rust.
Yeah,
that's what
you
that
can
is.
say rust, but no. Yeah. But I just think the Cavs are on a roll right now.
Kenny and I had the opportunity to sit down with Jalen Brunson, and I don't think he realized we were interviewing him. Liked his answers, liked his mindset.
Where was this?
This was in New York at the Upfront. Me, Kenny, him, just had a conversation about 30 minutes. But me and Kenny were just throwing stuff at him just to see his response, and he responded well. I've always been a Jalen Brunson fan, but I'm a bigger Jalen Brunson fan now. The Knicks by 15 tonight, and Cat's gonna have a great.
Well, give me 15. Let's bet.
Let's do it.
Trying to get to the finals for the first time since 1999. And Game 1 tonight.
1999?
At the Garden, the world's most famous arena, you might have heard.
Ric Flair! Woo!